Holtz jerseys already. The auction's underway. $170 for Holtz. Verhoff's at $200. Puck is down. Play is underway. Both teams trying to get back into the win column. Royals looking to snap a winless in 6 skid. Wild dropped a pair of games and throw it out to center. Wood tipped it past Zemlak, hung onto his stick, but here comes a chance for Friesen, and that was broken up as flying back into the zone to help out defensively was Royals forward Tanner Scott. Victoria gets physical in the corner on Zemlak on Isogai, who squirts to the slot. He'll backhand it to the left point as the Wild push it to the right side. Prasovsky looking for a man that would be a Wood for a one-timer, but went off his skates to the neutral zone, sent back in on Braden Holt. Base with 3 dark stripes on the bottom and on the arms. And dark blue numbers. Very clean, easy to read. Long distance drive by Zemlak. G to Children's Charity. Finnenberg and LaVenture have bids on their sweaters already, $150. Where to find the auction? Head up Royals socials. Any of them, they've got them posted there. And you can have a good look at the unis. Also at my Twitter page, thanks to Gord Ruff for the picture of Braden Holtz, the starting netminder here, Victoria. Forcing a turnover, Scott throws it back over to Newman as they cruise through the slot area on a short 2-on-1, but it was in behind him. Royals with the 1-0 lead. Traden Trimbecki, who's got the goal, through to the left boards. Krasovsky, 20-year-old D-man with another overager beside him, Graham Sword. They pump the puck in the offensive zone, and Wenatchee goes to work on their forecheck. Reggie Newman back in the lineup after missing 4+ games. Up ahead for right wing, Trimbecki's able to here for Pickford. Centers it, poked away by the netminder, Brendan G. Vancouver native. Seen the puck a few times here early on, just one past him, and he was behind the net at the time. Puck left corner, and Wu, whose dad played for the Victoria Cougars, Larry Wu, and his brother, prospect of the Vancouver Canucks, former Moose Jaw Warrior, Jet Wu. This is Jonas, 17-year-old. It's not his draft year. He has the late birthday. He's a defenseman, just like his brother. Victoria picks it out of skates, left corner. Up for Scott on the left wing, rolling it down the left boards for Traden Trimbecki, who's got the only goal of the game. Tie each other up in the corner. In comes Reggie Newman to throw a hit on Friesen. And he'll go and lay out another man down in the far corner. And there's a very delayed arm by the official. Up is grabbing at his face. Now both teams have lost players to injury, with Edwards out for Victoria. It's 1-0 for the Royals. As the Wild put it to the slot off the skate, now back to the right point. Sword moves in. He'll shot, change direction, blocked in front. Rebound chance for Isogai, knocked off his stick by Cole Reshny. Royals 16-year-old out here to help kill a penalty. Left side, a rising shot by the ice by Dawson Pasternak of the Victoria Royals. He's playing in his 150th game tonight. We're going to hear from him in the intermission, talking about it. The Wild, Isogai, their leading scorer, looking for the puck behind the net. He's tied up by Brinton. That allows Victoria to whip it down the ice. Reggie Newman in the box. He got a double minor for boarding, so his power plays 1 and 2. It was a second hit that Reggie Newman threw on that shift. Trying to get physical. Sword has it at the left point, steps to the middle of the blue line. For Isogai, right circle, down low feed to the goal line, side of the net. Friesen backs up into the corner. His pass, I think Misskey disrupted it, went right to Reshny and with the Winnipeg Ice as they try to load up, but then ultimately were knocked out in the Western Hockey League final by Seattle last year. And that's the cyclical nature of junior hockey. It's a 1-1 game here with under 10 to go in the first. Clearing attempt, knocked down Prasovsky with a steal. And back checking's Pasternak. He ends up going down or stepping on the puck. Prasovsky has it, centers, knocked down by Victoria and stolen by Zemlak. They'll go look to clear. Fires it out to center. Hits a man right on the tape. It's a drop past LaVenture for Reshny. Shot at from the point. That was broken up as Misskey let it go. And now it's rolled out to center by Sword. Teams out in the East. Again, they've added pieces at the deadline, namely Connor Geekie. And to make room for him, Tyson LaVenture was traded to the Victoria Royals as he was an overager. And he has been a great fit here with Victoria. Wu has it at center for the Wild in a 1-1 score. Shots are 4-3 in favor of Victoria. It's been a low event. The power play for Wenatchee helped them generate a couple shots on goal and led on the second one to the one finding the back of the net on a tip by Bucharts. Puck tied up in the near wall by the penalty box area. Nate Misskey able to find it, use Zemlak, and now he'll relay off the far wall in for Scott. Chips it in after some solid back pressure from Mark. Kipke, the defenseman, activates. He heads in deep. It allows his mates to change as well. We've seen that a couple times tonight. Breshny's line is out with LaVenture and Pasternak, but the top line here of the Wild have it in the offensive zone. It's Kenta Isogai as he does a horseshoe around the Royal zone and rolls it behind the net. Misskey gets physical on his man and strips him of the puck. That was Friesen. His pass, though, stolen temporarily here by Isogai, and Friesen continues to put on some pressure. Misskey relays to the right corner. LaVenture banks one off the boards and gets it out for Victoria. They'll transition. LaVenture for Reshny down the left wing. Stuttering is Fluker. The drop pass for LaVenture looks to the slot. It's broken up by Isogai. 3, maybe 4 on 1 for the Wild the other way. Wood with the puck in the right circle, shoots, and there's Braden Holt to get a piece of it on the short side to keep it out. His finest save yet here in the first to keep it 1-1. Dawson Pasternak races out to center over the blue line. Pasternak a 3-on-2 Holt fires. Guest coming up in the intermission. And we'll talk about 150. Talk about how the overagers were recognized before the last game.
26th goal this season, scored by number 29, Dawson Pasternak. Assist in that play to number 20, Casper Hogan Evenson. Time of that power play goal, 17:35.
Sherbina trying to get this one back. Burlock is physical on him at the right point. Victoria's Pickford, Trembecki. We're seeing the depth of the Lions coming through here for Victoria, though they did lose Edwards already. Evenson for Tanner Scott down the left wing. He ties up his man in the corner. That's Jonas Wu. Wu is an 18th overall selection. Now Wood finds Isogai, comes to center. Isogai going wide with 20 seconds to go, cut to the middle. Throws it across for Friesen for the Wild. A shot, it's in and out of the glove of Holt. It's loose at the side of the net. 2 Wild members are there. It's in skates, squirts to the side of the net. Boy, that was a good save by Holt. And that's another deal. Plus, there's a couple other deals as well. Okay, down to 10 seconds. Face off in the Royal zone with a 2-1 lead to the line, but not out as Graham Sword has a look. He'll fire it off a body, and it goes out the other side. Second period is underway. The Royals with a 2-1 lead against the Wenatchee Wild. Victoria with possession. Reggie Newman starting the second period out there with Hogan Evenson after the dump-in. Hogan Evenson comes out in front. Brought the puck to the edge of the blue paint before it was taken back. And the Wild on the way. Friesen. He took a hip check from Nate Misskey. Tried to drive the slot. That draws a reaction from the fan. And we got another counter for a collision of the game. Sword to the right point. Krasovsky banks one off the boards, trying to get it to Karam right out in front. That's not happening as Victoria takes it away, but they can't clear the zone. Stopped up as Isogai with a wrist shot, knocking the stick out of the hands of Nate Misskey, who blocked it. Newman to center, put it into the feet of Reed. Didn't get past Sword at the right circle, but Victoria does get it back as Reshny got it to the blue line for Misskey. Backhands it off the left side. Reshny half wall, snaps it back to the point. Stick handling with it's Misskey. Finds Tanner Scott. Top of the right circle, back for Misskey. Looked like he wanted to one-time it. He'll just cup the puck. Push it over to Pasternak. High slot. Down low feed. Shoveled in front. Knocked right back to Tanner Scott. As Sword broke that attempt up. Reshny banks it off the boards to the point. Pasternak returns the favor for Nate Misskey. They change up. Misskey's wrist shot. Hit a body. Bounces to the slot. It's chipped up in the air. Trying to swat it out of the air is Krasovsky. It's knocked away from him, and the Royals have it behind the net. Here's Reshny. Relays into the corner. Back to Reshny, right corner. Having a look in front. Left-handed shooter, right side for Misskey. Top of the circle. It's going to change up positions here with Zemlak. 10 seconds remain. Hard slapper by Zemlak. It's not let him have a clean look. Good body position, an active stick. Off the face-off, won by Wenatchee. McHaggerty has served his slashing minor and comes out of the box. 3-1 Royals lead. They're 1-for-2. Starts with his 15th of the year in even strength goal. Play in the Royals zone. Royals defenseman Austin Zemlak back. Over to Misskey, putting it down the ice. He's looking for Tanner Scott. He's got the bubble on, and now Hogan Evenson, after something that happened in the first, is wearing the cage. And the Royals also losing Alex Edwards after taking a knee in the first, which went uncalled. At the left point, Zemlak, fan on a wrister, went right to a Royal, though, and hurried to the right point. Nate Misskey, stick handles along the blue line, hits the brakes, goes around to fall in forward. Misskey unloads a wrist shot off the shoulder of G, and it bounces into the corner. The Royals have had some great chances in this frame. Bouncing puck bounces into G, and it's covered up. They hit a poke. 3-2 Royals lead, but the Wild on the power play.
Zemlak, 2 minutes for tripping.
The only other penalty for Victoria, Reggie Newman got a double minor for boarding. And 1 for 2 of the Wild. They scored in the second half of that. A cross ice pass, tipped by Newman up into the net. Moore to the left of Holt. We're down to 6.5 to go in the second period. The teams have exchanged goals in this frame, but boy, they've had numerous chances. Both of them have. Isogai comes off the line with it behind the net. G lets it go. Newman in on the forecheck. Thought he had stolen it temporarily. Clearing attempt hit our own player, Cooper, but he finds it, drops out of his equipment, and he swats it down the ice. Nate Misskey. Pool Electrical and Technology Solutions bring us the power play. 4:15 to go in the period, and that abbreviated power play is going to come to an end here in 3 seconds as the Royals start out of the zone. On left wing through center. Dumped in. Newman's after it. Newman on the forecheck for Victoria. Rolled it up the boards. Wood finds Reich. It's tied up. Persofsky ties up his man. That's Newman. This going on to the right of the Wild net along the wall. Halfway down inside the zone. Worked up the boards, trying to get it out. Are the Wild. Kicked through feet. Royals get it, and a chance for a shot by Reich, but his stick was tied up by Sword. Getting to it first was Trembecki, but he got shoved around by Persofsky, the overage D-man, and Isogai. Flings it out to center. Backhanded in by Wood. Burlock got a piece of Wu. Puck rung around the boards, and now chiseled up and out. Could be a 2-on-1. Burlock down the right side with Reich. Burlock trying to sweep it towards the net as Wu broke it up. He wouldn't. He's up to 14 stops. Puck out to center. Seitz knocked it in. Holt comes out of the net to leave it. Fired ahead. Reggie Newman steps over the blue line. Right wing threw it ahead for Hogan Evenson, but out of his reach, and Sword will stick handle out to center ice. The big defenseman finds Persofsky. Another overage D-man back for Sword. The 2 D-men on a rush there is intercepted by Misskey. And the Royals will charge back up the ice on left wing. Hogan Evenson, the saucer feed. It's off the pad. It's in the net. Nate Misskey. Little flip pass. As he's coming down the left wing, saucered it over his stick. Misskey directed it on goal. And then I think while reaching back, it was a pass from Tanner Scott. My apologies. And it's banked in. Got his own rebound to sweep it past. And Scott comes over to congratulate Misskey. With that nice pass. Former team, the head coach of the Royals. Broken stick right off the draw to start the third period. Puck sent in by the Royals. Flip right back out by the Wild. Shots were 20-17 in favor of Victoria. Puck fired in now by the Wild. As they elect to keep G in the net. Again, he's played a lot lately. That's why I thought perhaps we would see Justin Perreault, who's yet to face any Western Hockey League action. They have a 16-year-old backup in the absence of Sis. Got knocked down just before entering the blue line, or crossing the blue line, ran into his own man, and gave up the puck. Wu tried a quick shot. It's into traffic, a rebound. Chance, and they score. The Wild do. Hogan Evenson wins the face-off. The Wild jump in behind, though, and grab a hold of it. Royals broken up in the neutral zone, stolen back by Sherbina. Zemlak able to work it in over the Wild blue line. Onto the left wing. Here in the neutral zone, play between the benches, scooped up by Victoria's defenseman, starting to center is Nate Misskey. Cranks it off the right wing wall. G leaves the net. He'll let it go around the boards. Tanner Scott chopping away at it. Comes up the wall, though, and the Wild, Wood, gets it out. Angles one through the neutral zone on the left wing. It's over the stick of Rooks, and that allows Victoria to take the puck and hang out with it behind their own net as Nate Misskey, ranked 66 for the upcoming draft, throws it out to center. Persofsky down on one knee, bats it ahead into the offensive treatment. And so Friesen goes back for it along with Sword. finds Wood at center, cuts over the line. Wood with trying to unload a wrist shot, ran into traffic. Royals block it, and a clearing attempt is stopped, but then skated out of the zone by Royals defenseman Justin Kipke. Hits the blue line, the other end of the ice. Reshny, lone forechecker here while shorthanded. Knocked it off the stick of Sword, and Reshny's going back the other way, 2-on-2. Passed it to Hogan Evenson, cuts to the circle. Back for Reshny, put it through. G out the other side. What a chance there for Reshny. Set up by Hogan Evenson, shorthanded. Reshny already denied on a breakaway in the game by G. And this time he just got in too tight, still managed to slide it underneath. And then it's all going to get crazy on the weekend. A lot of scoreboard watching because nothing's decided. Especially here in the West. Only one team has their place locked up, and that's Everett. They have theirs. And a one-timer now by the Wild. Letting that go is Evan Friesen. And it goes wide of the mark. Zemlak collects himself after a collision with the ESO guy. Zemlak's strap is loose, hanging by his chin. Chopped in. Reggie Newman's after. G's out of the net. Ripped around the boards in the Wild zone. Hogan Evenson trying to stop it along the half wall. Hopped over his stick, and Wenatchee comes out to center. Flipped it in the offensive zone. And we got a penalty. Off the face-off, the Royals control off the drop, but the whistle's, no, thought I heard a whistle. So Misskey over for Zemlak, tees one up, hit the outside of the net, low along the ice. Clearing attempt, fanned on by Fluker, does a 180 with the puck in the corner and try to tie it up. Two Royals are there, and they pop it back to the point for Misskey. Under pressure from Arp, skating along the blue line. Misskey to the right circle, hooked it back to the right point for Ben Reich. Second round pick of the Moose Jaw Warriors. Reich hit the right dot. Calling for it was Misskey, but on the wrong side, it was fed, so he had to take it on the backhand, couldn't pull the one-timer. Scott to the front of the goal, Newman, spin pass, hit Young in the skates. Top of the blue paint, popped into the corner, held onside only momentarily as Arp is able to get it out and get a penalty killing change in quickly. No, they wave it off as Fluker had to get to it, didn't cross the red line. Quickly up though for Cooper, cross ice through the neutral zone. The Wild step into the Royal zone. Backhanded deep. In is Zemlak. Fort Mac native. Fires it over to Reshny, takes it while skating backwards, pushed to Edward Trembecki, will keep the puck going. Sword to it first behind the Wild net for Wenatchee. ESO guy grabs it, goes cross ice, and now in flight is Friesen. Stood up by Pasternak, but Pasternak got in his way and didn't watch the puck, and then it rolled on to Holt. Now a wrist shot off the iron as ESO guy let that one go. Coming close as he beat Holt blocker's side, but not the post. Pasternak under pressure in the neutral zone. Gets the on the ice. Make a quick penalty killing change. Graham Sword up to center. Cut move to his right past LaVenture. Sword and Zemlak bodies collide. You heard James Patrick talking about Austin Zemlak needs to be a beast in his own end. He can play physical. You know it when he's on the ice. You got to keep your head up. And Victoria again putting it down the ice, and somebody trying to get a "Let's Go Royals" chant going. And why not? You know, on a Wednesday night and a 7-3 lead. Puck right wall. Krasovsky checked off the puck in the Royal zone. Victoria diving Pasternak, and he got it over the line. Wu has a stick lifted by LaVenture. He'll spin away from him. Wu enters the zone down the left wing. Cut move past Misskey. Brings it out in front, and it's off the toe. Holt able to rob Moore point blank with a goal line save off the skate. That's a